The horn sounds before dawn. By nightfall you could be rich or dead. You open your eyes in the cold dark. Today is the day you have trained for your whole life. Today you sail to raid a distant land, and there is no promise you will return. But before the sea, there is the morning, and in your world, mornings are hard. You live in a small village on a freezing fjord, far in the north. There is no comfort here, only ice, stone, sea, and the will to survive. You rise from a bed of straw and furs, your breath freezing in the air. Breakfast is simple: dried fish, hard bread, and a mug of sour ale. There are no plates, no forks. You eat with your hands and a knife. Outside, the whole village is already awake and buzzing with tension. Today is not an ordinary day. Today, the men sail to raid. You are a farmer, a fisherman, and a father, but today you are a raider. In your world, a single successful raid can change your family's fortune forever. But one mistake, one wave, one enemy blade, and you never come home. You kiss your family goodbye, not knowing if you will ever see them again. You strap on your gear. Every piece could mean the difference between life and death. Your round wooden shield is painted with the colors of your clan. Your axe is not just a tool, it is your life, your pride, your weapon. Only the wealthiest warriors can afford a sword. Most of you carry axes and spears. You wear no horned helmet. That is a myth. Your helm is simple iron. Down at the shore, the longships wait like sleeping dragons. These ships are the reason the whole world fears your people. Fast, light, and deadly, they can strike anywhere without warning. You push the ship into the freezing water and leap aboard. Dozens of warriors take their places at the oars, shoulder to shoulder. The chief gives the command, and as one, you begin to row. The village fades behind you. Ahead lies only the vast, cruel sea. There are no maps. You navigate by the sun, the stars, and the birds. The sea is your greatest ally and your deadliest enemy. A sudden storm could swallow your ship and everyone on it in minutes. For hours, you row in silence, your muscles burning with every stroke. When the wind is kind, you raise the great square sail and rest. Life on the ship is brutal. There is no shelter from the wind, rain, or cold. You sleep on the open deck, wrapped in a wet wool cloak. You share stories of gods and heroes to keep your courage alive. You believe that if you die bravely, you will feast in the halls of Valhalla. This belief makes you fearless. Death in battle is not a tragedy, but an honor. Days pass, food runs low, tempers grow short. Then on the horizon, someone spots it: land. A green, rich, and unsuspecting coast, your target. Somewhere on that shore lies a monastery, full of gold and treasure. The monks have no army, no walls strong enough, no warning. Your chief raises his hand: silence, lower the sail, slow the oars. You approach in silence, like a shadow gliding across the water. Your heart pounds, your grip tightens, the moment has come. The ship hits the shore, and the silence shatters. You leap into the shallow water, axe raised, roaring a battle cry. The raiders storm the shore, a wave of iron and fury. The people of the monastery scatter in terror. To them, you are a nightmare come to life from across the sea. The raid is fast, chaotic, and merciless. Speed is everything. You must take what you can before help arrives. You break into the monastery, where the greatest treasures are kept. Gold, silver, jeweled crosses, and sacred books bound in precious metal. To the monks, these are holy relics. To you, they are survival. You seize everything of value and carry it back toward the ship. But not every raid goes as planned. This time, the locals have called for warriors to defend them. Suddenly, armed men appear, ready to fight for their homes. The easy raid becomes a battle for your life. Steel meets steel. The air fills with screams and the clash of weapons. You raise your shield just in time as a blade crashes down on you. There is no honor in hesitation here. You strike or you fall. The man beside you falls. There is no time to mourn him. Your world narrows to a single instinct: survive. You fight with everything you have, driven by fury and fear. The battle could turn either way. Every second, someone dies. Then the chief roars the order no raider wants to hear: retreat. You have the treasure. Staying longer means death. You fight your way back toward the ship, step by bloody step. Defenders chase you all the way to the water's edge. You heave the treasure aboard and push the ship into the sea. Arrows rain down as you grab the oars and row for your life. Slowly, the shore and the danger fades behind you. You made it, but not everyone did. On the open sea, you finally have time to breathe and to grieve. You look around at the faces of the men who did not survive the raid. These were your friends, your neighbors, your brothers. But in your world, death is a part of life. You honor them and move on. You turn your eyes to the treasure, and your spirits begin to lift. Gold, silver, and precious relics glitter in the pale sunlight. This is more wealth than your village sees in years. With this, your family will eat well through the harshest winter. But the sea is not done testing you yet. Dark clouds gather, and the wind begins to howl. A violent storm slams into your ship without mercy. You cling to the ship as waves crash over the deck. You bail water and pray to the gods to spare your lives. For hours, you battle the sea itself, more terrifying than any enemy. And then, as suddenly as it came, the storm passes. You have survived. After days at sea, a familiar shape rises on the horizon: home. The sight of your own fjord fills your heart with relief. On the shore, your family and village are waiting. They have watched the sea every day, praying for your safe return. As your ship lands, cheers and tears fill the air. You embrace your family, grateful to be alive. But there is also grief. Some families wait for men who will never return. Victory and loss walk hand in your world. The treasure is carried ashore and gathered before the chief. Now comes the moment every raider has earned: the sharing of the spoils. The chief takes the largest share, as is his right. Then each warrior receives his portion, based on his courage and rank. You hold your reward in your hands, gold you bled for. It is enough to buy livestock, tools, and safety for the year ahead. Tonight there will be no work. Tonight the village feasts. As night falls, the great hall fills with light, warmth, and laughter. Long tables overflow with roasted meat, bread, and endless ale. You eat and drink like a king, for tonight you have earned it. Warriors boast of their deeds, each tale grander than the last. A skald, a poet, sings of the gods and the great heroes of old. These songs are how your people remember their history. For you have no books of your own. Your history lives in memory and song. But your world is far more than just raiding and war. Most days you are a farmer, tending crops and animals. You fish the cold waters and hunt the forests to feed your family. Your people are skilled craftsmen, building ships and forging tools. Women run the households and hold great respect and power. In your society, honor and reputation mean everything. A man is remembered not for how he lived, but for how bravely he died. And every raider dreams of a place in the halls of Valhalla. As the feast winds down, you step outside into the cold night air. The stars blaze above the fjord, the same stars that guided you home. You think about the men you lost and the gold you gained. You think about how close you came to death this very day. In your world, every single day could be your last. And yet, you would not trade this hard life for any other. For you are a Viking, feared across the known world. From the shores of England to the rivers of Russia, your people leave their mark. You are explorers, traders, warriors, and settlers. Your longships will reach lands no European has ever seen. Centuries before Columbus, Vikings will set foot in North America. Your legacy will echo through history, for over 1,000 years. The days of the week you still use are named after your gods. Your stories of Odin, Thor, and Valhalla still capture the world's imagination. You were not just savage raiders, as history often paints you. You were a complex people, driven by survival, honor, and adventure. The raid was only one part of a much larger, richer life. As you head back inside, you carry the weight of a single, brutal day. A day of fear, courage, loss, and triumph. Tomorrow you will return to the fields, the sea, and the everyday struggle. Until the horn sounds again, and you must once more become a raider. This was a single day in the life of a Viking raider. A life most of us today could scarcely imagine. A life of unimaginable hardship, but also fierce freedom. So the next time you hear the word Viking, remember this day. Remember the farmer who became a warrior to feed his family. Remember the courage it took to sail into the unknown. For behind the legend, there was a real person just trying to survive. And that person, in many ways, was not so different from you. If you enjoyed stepping into history, subscribe for more unforgettable journeys through the past.